The Chainsmokers are an American electronic DJ and production duo made up of Alex Powell and Drew Taggart. They first gained attention by releasing remixes of indie tracks, slowly building a name for themselves online. Their first breakthrough came in 2017 with the viral single Selfie.
I should take it down. Let me take another selfie.
The song was playful, ironic, and very much a product of its time, but it worked. It put them on the map, opened doors in the EDM world, and eventually helped them climb to the very top of the industry. They went on to win a Grammy, and by 2019, they had become the highest-paid DJs in the world, knocking Calvin Harris off the #1 spot after 6 years. But today's story isn't really about Selfie. The Chainsmokers reinvented their sound. They shifted toward a new EDM pop formula. A slow, emotional intro, a gradual build, a female vocal about love or heartbreak, a short bridge, and then a massive drop with a chorus built around a repeated emotional line. It was simple and incredibly successful. Between 2016 and 2019, this formula dominated pop radio. You probably remember at least a few of those songs. They were everywhere, on streaming playlists, in clubs, on the radio, in commercials, and almost every time there was a female vocalist attached to the track. But here's the interesting part. Many of those singers seemed to disappear shortly after their collaborations with the Chainsmokers. So today we're looking at some of the women who once delivered huge hits with the Chainsmokers and what happened to them afterward. The first name on this list is American singer Emily Warren. She worked with the Chainsmokers on the track Don't Say in 2017, and then again in 2018 on Side Effects, which became a major streaming hit. You've definitely heard that song. Despite being so closely associated with their sound, Emily Warren's own solo career has remained relatively low-key. As of now, she has released only one full-length album, Quiet Your Mind, which came out in 2019. She co-wrote Don't Start Now for Dua Lipa, Masterpiece for Jessie J, and even Don't Let Me Down for the Chainsmokers themselves. Ironically, for that song, they chose a different vocalist, Daya, while Emily remained behind the scenes. One of her earliest major breakthroughs came with the viral track Capsize by the pop duo Friendship, where she both co-wrote and produced the vocals. Her most recent releases as a solo artist came out in 2021, after which she largely stepped back from the spotlight. The second singer is Winona Oak, a Swedish artist who collaborated with the Chainsmokers on the emotional track Ho. I think many of you still remember that song.
That wasn't love, that was just hope.
Unlike some others on this list, Winona didn't disappear completely. She released her debut album, Island of the Sun, in 2022. In 2024, she entered a new phase of her career after signing with Network Records and releasing the EP Void. By 2026, she had already dropped a new single called Horses.
When I'm rolling with horses.
So she is still actively making music, but none of her later releases have matched the global success of Ho. The third vocalist is Austrian electropop singer Charlee, who appeared on the 2016 track Inside Out.
Can I touch your face before?
Compared to the others, there's much less public information about her career. She released an album called This Is Me back in 2011, though it's not currently available on most streaming platforms. She also took part in the Austrian selection for Eurovision and competed on the German version of The Voice. Interestingly, her debut single Boy Like You was originally written for Kesha's Animal album, but the track eventually ended up with Charlee instead. After her collaboration with the Chainsmokers, she largely faded from international pop conversations. By the way, you can check out this video about Kesha's career and new music, where we also talk about the era of recession pop. The fourth artist is XYLØ, an American singer you may remember from the 2016 track Setting Fires.
Can't keep you from home, but I'm set on fire to keep.
At the time, XYLØ was actually a duo consisting of singer Paige Duddy and her brother Chase Duddy. They had already gained attention in 2015 with their moody indie pop track America, even before working with the Chainsmokers.
Say we can stay in America.
I discovered them through songs like Get Closer.
You wanna get a little bit closer to me.
But in 2018, the duo split, and Paige continued using the XYLØ name as a solo project. In 2022, she released an album called Un-American Beauty, with the title track becoming the most popular song from the record. However, since 2023, she hasn't released any major new music. When you look at these stories side by side, a pattern starts to emerge. These singers were part of massive global hits, songs that defined an era of pop EDM. Yet for many of them, the moment of mainstream visibility didn't translate into long-term chart success. Some became respected songwriters, others continued continued releasing music independently, and some simply faded from the public eye altogether. Of course, these aren't the only singers who worked with the Chainsmokers. There's also Bebe Rexha and Halsey, but both of them went on to build very successful careers and released multiple albums after their collaborations with the duo. And then there's Daya, who sang on the 2016 hit Don't Let Me Down. I actually made a separate video about her where I go through her entire musical career up to her latest album released last year.